Hello, I'm Martin Smith and this is your MaxiForex Week in Review. Today we'll cover some of the major events of the past week and discuss how they impact the global currency markets. The US dollar declined against the Japanese yen after non-farm payrolls came out less than forecast in March, increasing speculation that the Federal Reserve will carry out further quantitative easing through economic stimulus. Non-farm payrolls increased by 120,000 last month, which is the smallest increase in 5 months, and less than the forecasted increase of 205,000. The unemployment rate fell to 8.2%, which is the lowest since January 2009. The Federal Open Market Committee, led by Ben Bernanke, has undertaken to keep the interest rate at a record low of 0 to 0.25% through 2014 and is resisting increasing monetary accommodations unless expansion in the US economy declines or prices rise at a slower rate than the 2% target. This is according to minutes of the central bank's March 13th meeting, which were released April 3rd. The US dollar was last trading at 81.57, a decrease of minus 0.95%. The euro decreased 1.2% in the past week as the Spanish Prime Minister raised the possibility of a Spanish bailout. Spanish bonds fell last week, increasing the yield on the 10-year benchmark bond to as high as 5.84%. The euro traded at almost a 3-week low against the US dollar, and data coming out next week may show that German exports fell and growth in French industrial production slowed, adding to evidence that fiscal difficulties are holding back the economies of the Eurozone. Last Friday, the euro was trading at the level of 130.97, an increase of 0.25%. The Canadian dollar rose against the US dollar after a report showed that it added the most jobs since 2008 in March, and Canada's unemployment rate fell to 7.2% from 7.4% in February. The Canadian dollar was last trading at 0.9970, an increase of 0.41%. In commodities, gold rose for a second day after US employers added less jobs than forecast, boosting prospects as the Fed will enact more stimulus measures to spur growth. Gold has increased 86% since the end of 2008 as the Fed kept borrowing costs at a record low. Gold was last trading at $1,630.73 an ounce, a decrease of minus 0.01%. Well, that's all we have time for today. I hope you've enjoyed this week's review and you'll join us next week. Until then, be sure to visit us at maxiforex.ru.